Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making something that I have made many times before, but I've yet to can, and that is jalapeno simple syrup. So if you've watched any of my videos in the past few months, I'm sure you've heard me mention at one point or another that I'm trying to utilize some of the herbs and different items that we have coming in from the garden to make some fun simple syrups. And my purpose with doing these is to have them on hand to give as gifts, to use in cocktails, mocktails, all sorts of fun things. And this just would not be complete without some jalapeno simple syrup. Now, my main use for this is going to be in spicy margaritas. I'm a big fan of spicy margaritas, and I think this will be a great thing to have on hand. I think it's going to be a very popular gift idea. So super simple. This is going to come together really quickly. Only 3 ingredients needed: water, sugar, and some jalapenos. And you don't have to can this if you don't want to, but I do plan to can this today. So I'm just getting my jalapenos sliced into rounds, and I'm going to be leaving the seeds in because I do want this a little bit more spicy. You could always remove them if that's your preference. But once I've got these chopped up, I'm going to measure to figure out how much of the jalapenos we have, and then we will figure out how much of the sugar and the water we will need. Now, you can get creative with this. You don't need to use jalapenos. You could use habaneros. Where we live, we've got a ton of really awesome restaurants, and one of my favorite places has a cucumber jalapeno margarita, and they also have a coconut habanero margarita. So I think that a habanero simple syrup would be really good. You would probably just want to use a little bit less habanero depending on how spicy you wanted that simple syrup to end up. So I'm going to say we ended up with about 2 cups of sliced jalapenos here, and the ratio for the recipe is going to be 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water to 1/3 of a cup of sliced jalapenos. So I'm going to do that times 6, so 6 cups of sugar, 6 cups of water, and then our sliced jalapenos. So to my pot here, I'm adding 6 cups of water. And then we will do 6 cups of sugar, and we're going to bring this to a boil before we go ahead and add in those jalapenos. I'm using just organic cane sugar, but you could also use honey if you wanted to, or just whatever kind of sweetener that you prefer. Okay, that's 6 cups. Get that stirred up, and then I'm just going to put this over medium-high heat and bring this to a boil before we add in those jalapenos. Okay, so this has come to a boil, so I'm just going to go ahead and reduce the heat to low, and I'm going to add in our jalapenos, and we're going to let that simmer for 10 minutes. So my simple syrup has been simmering for 10 minutes now. I just went ahead and turned off the heat, and I am going to strain off all of the jalapeno slices. Now, I'm not just going to toss them. I think what I'm going to try to do is can them. I have a little bit of brine left over from a zucchini relish that I made the other day, and I think if I pour that over these jalapeno slices, it'll be similar to a cowboy candy sort of thing. So I'm going to give that a try. If it doesn't turn out, it's really no loss, but might as well give it a shot. I'm just using a small fine mesh strainer just to try and get any of those jalapeno seeds out of there as well. I don't particularly want those in like a cocktail. So I have all my jars prepped, hot and clean. And I know I just strained off all those jalapenos and seeds, but now what I'm thinking is that I might add a couple more slices into the jars because I think it might look pretty on the pantry shelf, and it would allow that jalapeno flavor to infuse a little bit longer. So I may end up doing that. don't know if you can see them up top there. I think that'll be cute. Something I've done in past years as a garnish for cocktails is dehydrated citrus slices, and I think that would be a really fun thing to do with jalapenos as well. And I'm hoping to try that this year, but that's not something that I'm going to run an entire dehydrator for. So once I've got a bunch of hot peppers that I want to dehydrate, I think that I'll add some jalapeno slices in, and then you could pair a couple things like that together as a gift. So I didn't end up having enough to do all 12 jars. I overestimated how much I would have, but I'm going to get these jars all cleaned up with some vinegar because I definitely made a mess with that sticky simple syrup, and then we will get some lids on these and get them into the canner. Now I'm just getting these into the canner, and then we're going to process these for 10 minutes. And if you're above 1,000 feet of elevation, you're going to want to adjust that processing time accordingly. So the jalapeno simple syrup is done processing now, and I like how those jalapenos turned out in the jar. I think it looks pretty cute, and it's going to allow that jalapeno flavor just to infuse a little bit longer until these jars are opened. So today was just a super quick, fun, and easy recipe. If you decide to give this a try, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below.